This week, the Porterville College Art Gallery welcomed artist Alison de Rockgin for the opening reception of her thought-provoking exhibition, Primary.
I have always explored, or I've been curious about exploring how the developmental phases of my kids can kind of intersect my art practice. And so my 5-year-old asked me about the primary colors one day and why there were no other colors that existed to make those colors. And that felt like a pretty good enough prompt for me to explore on my own what the origin of some of these primary colors could be. That's kind of the essence of questioning absolutes, right? Is wanting to know why and where do they come from. And so this turned into more of a meditative ritual in processing absolutes, processing truth. The performance part of my practice has always had a participatory element to it. And so in some ways, the You Are Invited aspect of the show is a nod to that part of my practice. And I think because it's dealing with a lot of kind of the attempt to find the universal nature of a lot of these absolutes, it felt important to also have kind of a collaborative experience in creating our own works, our own words about these things that we all take as absolutes. So I'm curious, I think I also see that part as like the jumping off maybe for the next part of the show, because I feel like all my work ends up being kind of like a precursor, a prequel to the next body of work. So I'm curious about what will happen with the You Are Invited part and how it may evolve into a part 2 of this show. I don't really have a lot of expectation for what people would take away. This feels like a pretty personal show. And so I think the thing that I hope people take away is the ability to maybe trust their own instinctual scriptures or words, and that an invitation to look and to write can be a really generative process. And so, I mean, I guess the best possible outcome would be maybe people start writing their own poetry about colors.
Come and see Primary, Monday through Thursday from noon to 2 and 4 to 6 p.m. only at the PC Art Gallery.
The journals that are on the pedestals are all meant to be opened and touched. So I didn't put that in the show, but I hope that people interact with them in that way.